Yeah. That's also one of the things that I find that I'm searching for now more and more, is to find my own feelings, my own emotions, and allowing that to be a part of my life, so that I become more a whole person.
Yeah.
So I'm not just the half that I probably have been for a very long time.
Yeah.
And not really actually acknowledging or knowing how to acknowledge the part of me that is sensitive and emotional and sometimes needs to be held.
But why do you think it is? Where's the source of that unwillingness to acknowledge that part of your identity?
Well, I'll speak for myself, but I think this is, at least in Norway, very common. We are told that we should just get over it.
Yeah.
Get back up, and you should be strong, you should have stamina, you should be independent.
Yeah.
And for some strange reason in Norway, being independent as a woman is even more, I feel it's even more important, because we have come so far in women's liberation.
Yeah.
So I can't say to my friends that I actually need to have a man. You know, I want to.
Yeah.
And I make myself need him.
Uh-huh.
But that's not really on, is it? I mean, you're a grown, independent woman. You can pay your own bills. Yeah, I can do all that.
Sure.
But he actually gives me something that I need.
Do you think, how common do you think that thought is here in Norway? I have an opinion on that, but I want to hear yours first. How common is that thought from Norwegian feminists that, how do I say it? There's levels to feminism.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gotten out of hand? Do you think it's gone too far to where it has become something detrimental here in Norway?
I find that, again, this is my interpretation.
Yeah.
I find that feminism is not actually feminism. It's women's fight to be allowed to wear trousers and be men. And I have been a big part of that, because when we grew up, we were told that men and women are alike.
Yeah.
And I even thought that myself in my head, that we had the same train of thoughts, which we don't.
Yeah.
I haven't realized that I cannot come from me and understand a man, because I have completely different way of seeing things, because I'm a woman.
Right.
But I find that my path now is to find out what is it to be feminine. You know, what is it to actually have these softer, if you will call them, qualities that I am not allowed to have, because even though I'm allowed to become a policeman or a fireman, I can't actually be a stay-at-home mom and care for my kids.
Yeah, somewhere along the line, that whole thing of being a stay-at-home mother has become a bad thing. You're not supposed to want that.
No.
According to many feminists. Not all.
And you're not paid for it, and you're not acknowledged for it.
Yeah.
So, and you're not producing anything, but what you are producing is a home where people can come and find nourishment and rest and love.
Yeah.
And that's a part of being human that we need. That's the other part that needs to come together with productivity and efficiency and the masculine energy, which we were discussing earlier. I maybe should call it something else than feminine and masculine, because we tend to put this on gender. I'm not trying to find out how to be a woman.
Right.
I'm trying to find out about my softer feminine sides, which I also find when I speak to you and I meet your openness. It's also a feminine quality. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't say that you're a very feminine man. so the words confuse us maybe.
But I understand, and I think people can understand that. Being a man doesn't mean that you're supposed to walk around with your fists clenched and you're supposed to yell at people and you're supposed to beat your chest all the time. That's part of being a man at times. The protector of the home.
Full control of your emotions.
And there's a time for that. There's a time for having full control of your emotions. But then there's also a time to be soft. Yeah. The soft will round off the hardness in a man. And you have to have those round edges. Otherwise, you become what? Abrasive. And abrasive, where are you going to get with that? how many relationships are you going to be able to build with that?
Yeah, and what are you missing out about yourself? I
Well,
think
absolutely.
The biggest loss is actually the personal loss.
I think so. And some people would think that that's selfish.